The latest spoiler from The Bold and the Beautiful brings a much-anticipated twist as Thomas Forrester officially returns in the January 4th episode. Thomas's return promises to shake up the already fragile balance between the Forrester and Carter families, taking tensions to a new level. This is not only a dramatic return for Thomas, but also a strategic move to throw things into chaos. Thomas has been absent for a long time, but his return is not only a joy for Forrester family supporters, but also a shock for Carter. Although Carter has taken over the company, Thomas's position at Forrester Creations has not been officially eliminated. This means Thomas has enough power to return to work and become part of the company's internal struggle. Carter, who holds the power, will inevitably be worried. Thomas, with his intelligence and determination, is a factor that cannot be underestimated. Not only did he return with the goal of working, but he also had a bigger plan to overthrow Carter from his position of power. It was revealed that after officially returning to work under Carter, Thomas would begin to implement his plan. He understood that confronting Carter directly would not bring quick results, so Thomas decided to act in a clever and calculated manner instead. Thomas's plan was not simply a personal confrontation. He would take advantage of his position to disrupt the company's operations. This included causing difficulties in important projects, slowing down production, and even affecting the company's sales. With his deep vision and understanding of how the company operates, Thomas planned to push Forrester Creations into a crisis and hold Carter accountable. The consequences of Thomas's plan quickly became apparent as projects fell behind schedule and sales declined, putting Carter's leadership credentials at serious risk. The company's board, which had been closely monitoring Carter's performance, began to question his ability to keep Forrester Creations stable and growing. Thomas, meanwhile, showed no signs of sabotage on his part. He continued to work quietly but effectively, using the trust of some of his allies within the company to undermine Carter's position. Thomas's every move was aimed at eventually getting Carter fired. As the company failed to meet its financial goals and internal problems mounted, Carter was left in a position where he could no longer defend his position. This is not only Thomas's personal revenge, but also a way to protect the honor and power of the Forrester family. Thomas understands that to achieve this goal, he must be patient and not reveal any loopholes. He also hopes that Carter's failure will be a lesson to others about not taking the Forrester family lightly. Thomas's return promises to bring unexpected and dramatic developments. Will his plan succeed and cause Carter to be eliminated? Or will Carter find a way to counter Thomas's hidden actions and maintain his position? After being fired from Forrester Creations, Carter falls into a state of loss and despair. He has lost everything: his job, his position in the company, and even Hope, who he thought would always be by his side. However, Carter's anger quickly turns to hatred when he begins to piece together the events and realizes that Thomas is the one behind everything. Carter, who once believed he was ousted because of mismanagement, now understands that Thomas has been secretly sabotaging him from within. Thomas not only wants to protect his family's company, but also plans to ruthlessly eliminate Carter, a truth that pushes Carter into a state of uncontrollable rage, and he decides to confront Thomas directly for answers. In a tense confrontation, Carter confronts Thomas. Thomas does not shy away, frankly admitting that he created the whole thing to get the company back for his family. He declares that Forrester Creations is the Forrester family legacy, and Carter has never had control of it. Thomas's sharp words were like a knife stabbing Carter's pride. Thomas not only admitted that he was behind Carter's job loss, but also asserted that this was necessary to protect the Forrester family. Thomas's arrogance and confidence made Carter unable to contain his anger. In a moment of explosion, Carter punched Thomas, but that was still not enough to calm the anger in his heart. Pushed to the brink of despair and hatred, Carter made a decision that could not be turned back. He decided to take revenge on Thomas by killing him. For Carter, losing the company and Hope had left him with nothing to lose. He told himself that even if he had to go to jail, he would not regret it if it meant he could make Thomas pay. In a fit of hysteria, Carter grabbed a gun and went to find Thomas. Complex emotions from pain, anger to loss of control pushed him to act. which he believed was the only way to solve everything. Carter shot Thomas, not once, but 5 times to ensure that he would not survive. When the police arrived at the scene, they were horrified to see the horrific scene of Thomas lying motionless in a pool of blood with multiple bullet wounds to his body. The incident not only shocked the Forrester family, but also caused a wave of anger and grief in the community. Thomas, who had just regained the company for his family, now became the victim of an irreparable feud. His departure left a huge void in the Forrester family, causing them to not only lose an important member, but also lose hope of protecting their legacy. After committing the murder, Carter went to the police and turned himself in. He did not regret his actions, because in his mind this was the only way to get back what he had lost. However, his hatred cost him dearly: his freedom, his future, and his honor. While the Forrester family grieves Thomas's death, they also face the reality that this incident has put the company in a more difficult position than ever before. They have lost someone who was able to lead and protect the company from outside threats, and the story between Carter and Thomas is a powerful reminder of the unintended consequences of hatred and reckless decisions. Thomas's death and Carter's imprisonment have left deep wounds not only for them, but for everyone around them. Viewers will continue to follow the Forrester family to see how they overcome this tragedy. Will they be able to unite to restore their company and legacy, or will this be the beginning of irreparable rifts? The Bold and the Beautiful is sure to continue to captivate with dramatic and emotional developments.
Oh.